Thursdays with Jaquan. Yeah. If you wanna talk show, this is the one. Thursdays with Jaquan. Yeah. If you wanna talk show, this is the one. Every Thursday live. Tune in.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. Without consistency, you'll never finish. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test, was 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams.
Spotlight this week on Team Spotlight, we have Jaidan Beal. She is the executive president of Georgia DECA. She's going to tell us just a little about what DECA is and why did she join DECA.
All right. Hey, guys. My name is Jaidan Beal. I'm a senior at Houston County High School. And like you said, I currently serve as the newly elected Georgia DECA state executive president. And I'm really excited to be on the show and answer a few questions. So.
All right. Jaidan, just, before we get any further, tell us just, how did you find out about DECA in maybe, let's say, freshman year of high school, and what made you join?
Okay, so DECA is a marketing-based organization, and it is open to all students of all race, gender, religion, and that is mainly one of the big reasons that I joined. So I joined my freshman year of high school. I actually got placed into a marketing principles class where I met my advisor, which is probably the best thing that ever happened to me because I got placed in her class, and it wasn't the top class on my list to be put in, but I was put in it, so I was going to make the most of it. And when I walked in, my advisor was like, "I think you should join DECA." And at the time, I was like, I don't know. I was new into high school. I knew I wanted to join something, but I wasn't sure what it would have been. And my advisor was like, "If you join, you get donuts first game day." And I was sold. I was like, all right, donuts, I'm in. So I joined, and as soon as I joined, I started going to chapter meetings, and I honestly fell in love with it. And my sophomore year, my advisor she told me, she said, "Hey, I see you have a lot of potential, a lot of leadership skills. And have you ever thought about joining or running for state executive office?" And I was a sophomore, so I was a little like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And she said, "No, I very rarely say this. I think you have a lot of potential. You have a lot of energy. I think this is something for you." And I had automatically fallen in love with DECA, like past the donuts. It was just, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being there. I enjoyed the meetings, everything. And I was like, you know what? Oh, why not? Let me just go at it. So I went at it my sophomore year, and I actually got the position of vice president of marketing. We went through a long interview process, and so that's really what jump-started getting that position.
Right.
And so
I don't want to interrupt you, but that's when we actually met at when you were vice president. I can't remember.
Yes.
Was it fall rally or I can't remember when it was, but I know that's when we met when you were vice president. And then ran into each other again when you were running for president. So that's pretty
Yeah.
amazing just to see, what you're getting ready to do now. Even, with the pandemic still going on, how you're going to lead Georgia DECA into the next level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so no, I thought I was so happy that you reached out to me because I remember we met at Fall Rally. It was at Six Flags.
Right. Okay.
And I thought you were so cool. I just remember meeting you and I was like, see? Yeah. So yeah, and I'm happy so that's the real reason I loved that position. Not even just I loved DECA and I loved being able to implement ideas and plans because on the state level we are so student run and so student led. Like having my team that I had and just we formed a friendship and we were able to do things together, which I really loved. But my favorite part of that whole position was just the networking aspect of it, was being able to meet people that are like me, that enjoy doing the same things that I do, which was really cool that me and you got to meet through that. And
DECA is just, it's not just a chapter, it's a bond. Once you meet the people in DECA, for everyone who's watching, DECA is not just a chapter. It's like a family. So like you said, we met back in Fall Rally. I've graduated out of DECA, out of high school now. And so, the connection is still here. So that's amazing.
Yeah. No, that's honestly so amazing. And so just being in that position, being able to travel, to network, to talk to everyone and being able to just come up with ideas and being able to see it, follow it through and see it happen was just so amazing to me. So I decided to run again. So I ran again this year and I just ran for the state executive president position and I got elected for state executive president. And that has honestly been a dream and it has been very unexpected. And I say unexpected because even just with everything going on right now, it is very out of the ordinary, but I definitely would not change it. But like you said before, so when I was running for president this year, I ran into you again during elections and everything, which was awesome. But the main reason why I joined DECA was just because I was so blown away with how diverse it was, how open it was, and regardless of what background or anything you came from, we all had a same common love and passion for. And like you said before, it was just amazing to be able to go to conferences and just basically anything and be able to be around people that I enjoyed that were like me regardless of anything, going on. So that was
and so let me just tell you how I got in DECA before we go on. Miss Campbell, she was my DECA advisor at our chapter at Johnson High School. Just walking down the hall, freshman, I just met Miss Campbell, and so I had all before I heard everyone talking about DECA. And so back in my school, DECA was one of the top organizations. So we had FCCLA, FBLA. We had so many other organizations, but DECA was just at like the top. And so DECA, they did so many events. Everyone wanted to be in DECA. And so when I met Ms. Campbell, it was such an amazing time, me meeting her, and I still connect with her to this day. And so I'm grateful for the relationship that I have with Ms. Campbell. And so I got in it because she said, Jaquan, we're going to have a hot dog social. And so, I like to eat. I'm not afraid to say it.
If anything, that will get you the food. Yeah.
Right. So, it's just, like I said, DECA, they had so many events. And not aside from the events, the knowledge that you gain is just amazing to be a part of this, organization, and not just organization, but a family. So, with that being said, I know you're getting ready. You're still in the phase of, executive office. The year is pretty much just still getting started. But, after graduation, what's next for you?
So what's next for me is college. That's really big in my family where we go to college, we continue our education path. And so that's what's next for me. And like I said, I'm a senior in high school right now. So especially right now, these next few months are definitely college application season. So that's what me and the rest of the team we've been grinding, trying to apply, trying to get everything trying to get everything going, narrowing down our list. So definitely, and like you said before, one thing that I have realized is that it's just the little things that you gain from this organization that you really don't know. Even just filling out my resumes right now, like DECA has taught me so much that I don't even think about daily. Like one of the competitions I competed in was job interview, and I had to make a resume. It was like doing a job interview, which just that in itself has prepared me, gotten me in the door for interviews, got me in the door for different job opportunities. Which is for people who are watching, if you have a DECA chapter, I'm not just saying this because I'm the president, join. It is so beneficial, and it's almost like you have a head start in life, really, because you are able to, these skills, these personal skills, these interpersonal skills, these business communication, you need that in life anyways. So you might as well gain it
now
while having fun while you're in high school. So, and at the collegiate level. So, but yeah, I've noticed how it's been helping me, try to get through college application season right now. So that's definitely next for me.
So, Jaidan, tell us just a little about, with the pandemic still going on, most gatherings are kind of restricted. How is DECA going to be this year? What's some of the changes?
So, there's not a whole bunch that I can say, but I can definitely allude to some things that are happening, that are changing, that are general knowledge. Yes, so with the pandemic going on, I know everything. In my eyes, safety is the number one priority. And I know there are a few things I know just me getting this position, I was so excited for in-person conferences, face-to-face, and it's crazy how stuff can flip just like that.
Just like that. And you're like, why did it have to happen with me?
This year, literally. And I know there's nothing, I wish I could single-handedly just flip the switch back, but I can't. So it's just my outlook on it, even just my senior year, my outlook is try and do what you can. Try and be optimistic even with the cards you were dealt. So a few conferences have turned virtual. A region competition this year has turned virtual. Luckily, the officers and we have been preparing since day one, really, because all our in-person trainings have been virtual. We've learned the ins and outs of Zooms. We've learned how to be engaging over this virtual phone. So with that being said, we are preparing for a virtual year. We are hoping and praying that state, ICDC, and things like that can be in person, because I never really realized how I was taking all that for granted, being able to have face-to-face, because I'm a people person. I love seeing people in person. So I'm grateful for Zoom, but it doesn't beat face-to-face,
Right.
But
that interaction and engagement.
Yes. But we have been training, we have been researching what will appeal people. And I mean, social media is your best friend. I will say it loud and I'll say it proud. Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook. I'm not even on Facebook, but Facebook, it is your best friend, because that's how you engage members. And I think we are doing a pretty good job. A lot of members are still engaged on our Instagram platforms, and they are, so what's going on in DECA? So what's going new? So we are, safety is number one in our eyes. So we are preparing for engaging, fun virtual conferences. We actually have a virtual conference training tomorrow for registered WorkOnWow registered members. So yes, so region competition has been moved virtual, but details for that are coming out soon. But it'll be engaging, and it'll definitely be a fun thing for people to turn into. So yeah.
So like you said, you are currently the president, and you're like, why did all this have to happen, with you this year? Why did it have to happen this year? So with that being said, tell us some of the things that, you're doing as a leader to encourage the rest of the Georgia DECA chapter?
Okay. So, like I said before, I'm a big person on teamwork and communication. So it's not just me. It is not a one man job. We're, me and the rest of the team, we're on it. Like, we have been, Instagram has been our best friend. We have been posting on Instagram. We just unveiled Instagram lives that are happening twice a month. So two executive officers are getting on twice a month about different topics. We just had one September 10th over virtual recruitment, virtual engagement, how to get people to join your chapter. And we have one September 24th coming up over diversity, inclusion, awareness, because that's a big topic that needs to be discussed right now.
Right. Especially
So,
what we're facing.
yes, with everything going on, that is something we're very, very passionate about. We said we need to go ahead and just get on it and get people aware. So, yes, so we're basically, Instagram has been in our back pocket, our best friend since day one. And we are also opening Zoom. Zoom is available. We're about to unveil requests for chapters to email and request for executive officers to join their Zoom chapter meetings, to just talk to them in that kind of aspect. And one of our amazing officers, she's unveiling a newsletter. So every month, we just had one sent out September 11th. At the end of, on the second Friday of every month, we are sending out a newsletter, like just to keep people updated, to all the advisors, for them to share with the members. Just, these are deadlines we have coming up. These are events we have coming up this month. Don't forget to register for this conference, that kind of thing. So definitely communication is the biggest thing that we are trying to push right now. Yes. And we still want to be able to let members know, like, we're still here. This is the decade it's always been. We're still here. Please join. Like, yes. Like, we are here for you guys. So that's basically what we're trying to push right now.
It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in, knowing that you can't, meet face to face. Have to get on Zoom and meet and interact. But things are going to get better. I tell people this all the time. It may be easy to say, but sooner or later, we're going to be able to get that engagement and face to face interaction with, like, for DECA, the members, the advisors, the officers, everyone. Things are going to get better. We just have to keep maintaining and keep pressing. But with that, as a leader, as a young leader, aside from DECA, aside from the academics, what does leadership mean to you?
Okay. Leadership to me definitely means using, if nothing else, using your power to empower other people. That is one of the biggest things that I try to live by in my personal life. Regardless of who you are, what title, what position you hold, you are not going to be powerful if you don't use the power that you have to empower other people.
That's good.
That's basically just the way of life. You can't get in a position and not give it back or pay it forward or uplift other people to the standard that everyone should be at. So that is a big thing for me. Just when I carry myself, like, I'm not doing things that I'm doing for me. I'm doing it for other people. I'm going to use tools and skills that I have to lift other people up, and so we can do it together, because it is not a one-man job. Nothing in life is a one-man job. You do it together. So that is a true leader in my eyes, someone who works for everybody and not just for themselves. So
that was really heartfelt and deep. That was really deep, whether you believed it or not. Someone watching, that hopefully that inspired someone watching. But let's step away from DECA, if you don't mind, and tell us just a little. When you're not doing DECA, acting as the executive president, and aside from your academics, what are some of your hobbies and what is some of the stuff that you love to do?
Okay. I love to paint and I love to draw, and like that's really weird. I don't really share it much, but I love art. I love to draw. I love to paint. And I love to cook. Well, I actually have a twin sister. Her name's Jordan, and me and her we cook all the time together. I love to cook, and I love to hang out with my friends. Obviously, I think that's a universal thing. Like, hang out, go have fun, go watch movies, that kind of thing. And I love going to sporting. I love football. I love basketball. Any game, which is kind of sad right now because my school hasn't been able to really have all that. But any game I'm at, basketball I'm at.
Have you ever been a part of like cheer, band, or anything?
Yes. So I actually I did competitive cheerleading for about 6 years. I actually stopped last year due to DECA, obviously. But yeah, and if you were to ask me, know me or ask me last year, I would have told you cheers. That's what I do. That's my thing. Yeah, I would have, which is crazy how life goes. But yeah, I did that since I got into competitive cheer when I was like 6, and ever since then I was just on it. But God's plan. He has a plan. He has a path.
Changes, everything.
Changes it. But yeah, those are a couple hobbies that I have. And Netflix.
Oh yeah, Netflix is the trending thing right now. Everybody's on Netflix.
Yes.
I had to get away from it for a few weeks, but slowly getting back to it, but not so trying to, because I was up all night, watching movies and series, especially the series are trending right now. So, what's name one of the series that you like to watch, and I want to let you go.
Okay. How to Get Away with Murder. That's man. Yeah. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it.
I watched it, yes. But if when I first watched it, maybe a few weeks ago, I was like, why would they even put something on here? About the name of the show, How to Get Away with Murder.
Exactly. Yes.
Why would you put this? But when I watched it and I got into it, I was like, oh my God, this thing is really good.
Right? Episode after episode, I was just...
I couldn't stop. It was so good, I couldn't stop. I was probably on season 2 within 3 days.
Literally. No, that's not
isn't that crazy how we can spend so much time on Netflix and social media and stuff?
Yes. It's crazy. So crazy. TikTok.
Okay.
All of it. Okay.
TikTok, everything. I'm gonna let you go now, but I really appreciate you, accepting the invitation and coming on just to share a little about who you are and what you've been doing with DECA, aside from DECA. So just before we go, I want to give you this opportunity to, for all of the young people who may be watching, young leaders that may not even know they're leaders right now, what are some of the, inspiring words or encouragement you would give to those watching right now?
Okay, so for any young, aspiring leader, regardless if you know it or not, the phrase I would give you is go for it. And with anything, and I mean that with anything in life, just go for it. You never know until you try. And the whole, what if I don't make it? What, you might not, but you also might. So it's just anything. Have never played volleyball before? Try it. Go for it. Never skydived. Be smart about what you go for, but go for it. That is my biggest tip. That is with anything in life. You never know until you try, and it's such a cliche phrase, but it's so true. You just never know with anything. So if you don't take anything else away, go for it with anything. So yeah.
So with that being said, again, I truly appreciate you just for accepting the invitation, coming on the show just to chat and share, because you never know how your influence and your impact can inspire the life of another young person. So that's truly amazing, and I'm so excited about what you've done. And guess what? It's not over. Like you said, college is coming, and you're going to achieve more than what you can imagine. In the coming years, in the coming months, things are going to turn around. God's going to do amazing things in your life. So I'm excited for you, and I'm glad to have that connection with you, and glad that I met you at DECA. And so if you're watching again, make sure you join DECA. If you're in high school, DECA is middle school, correct too?
Yes, there are a few middle school chapters, but it's mainly more heavily populated in high school. Yes.
Okay. So if you're in middle school or high school, and if you're local, make sure you join DECA. They're all virtual right now. So just get connected with them. It's an amazing program. And listen, I hope to see you next time.